So the game's all tied up, 6 seconds left. You have one shot to get this right. Double team comes, they jump. And I hit him with one of my favorite signature moves in NBA 2K25. And when I posted this, a lot of legitimate questions got asked. What about that contest system? Can you do this against locks? We'll discuss that throughout this video. So in this video, I'm going to discuss the two most powerful and underrated moves in NBA 2K25 that we'll be using the Devin Booker signature hop jumper. Now, there are a lot of great step back jumpers in this package, but in my opinion, the way people defend 2K in 2K25 and the way they see contests, these two specific animations are some of the best in the game, and I'm going to show you how to do it, how to set things up, and how to develop a combo system to make sure that you cook your defenders every single time. And we're starting with the stationary version, which is Devin Booker's crossover fade. And let's take a look at that first clip as to why this move is so valuable. So I get two defenders on me, one trailing and one in front, just ready to contest the step back jumper. I cancel out of it, enter into a stationary position. As you can see, I'm not supposed to shoot this shot. The shading indicator is lit to the right, my shooting hand, so don't shoot that shot. So what do? I raise up with a crossover hop jumper. Just take a look at the hand placement and the ball placement. That's not a good contest, and how do I know that? Look at the shading indicators. They're all lit green, which means the game tells you this is not a contested shot. So to do this move, your feet basically have to be parallel. Hold R2 and hold the right stick to the right. You'll get a crossover launch directly into a pull-up jumper. And that in itself is such a simple move. You get a speed boost out of a crossover, launches you to the right away from your defender. If they commit to your left, as you can see my defender right here, he tries to move back on me to guard that step back jumper. Simple crossover pull up to the right, and that's uncontested. Other than being in stationary positions, I like to hit this move when I go to neutral from a moving motion. So what do I mean by going neutral? So basically I stop on a dime, going to my left, and then wait for my foot to plant to make sure that my feet are parallel, and then immediately hit them with that crossover hop jumper. That subtle change in direction, especially if they follow you going left or moving backwards, is important. You have to wait to stop, get your feet at the right position as I do right here, and launch into that crossover hop jumper that will be uncontested. So once again, let's put it to the shading indicator test. As I stop, as you can see, middle is lit red. Don't go up with a shot if you don't want a contested shot. So I immediately launch into that crossover going to the right. Take a look at the shading indicator, all lit green. That means this is a great shot. That means you're creating horizontal distance in addition to the vertical space that the pull-up jumper generates. And what do I mean by this? In NBA 2K25, you have to be close enough. So you have to make sure that you are in the right footwork position to be able to contest. Shading indicator lit to the left. My shooting hand is to the right. So those indicators are lit green. More importantly, I'm also creating vertical distance so that this shot is not a well-contested shot at all, even though visually my opponent was right there. And even against some of the best defenders in the game, as I go up against this lockdown right here, you can see that combination of creating horizontal distance, moving left to right out of the crossover, and then the lift you get out of that pull-up jumper is enough to really counter a lot of those defense. And if you want the proof, here's an example of one of those 99 rated locks with high perimeter defense, steal, and strength. If you get them out of position enough, as I do right here with a crossover moving to the left, and then a crossover moving to the right into that pull-up jumper, you will get success a lot of the time. It also blends well with a lot of your step back jumper animations, with a lot of those hang hesitation dribbles, as the Zach LaVine step back does right here. He has to respect the Zach LaVine step back, immediately combo into the Devin Booker crossover hop jumper, and that is easy work. Once again, that combination of generating horizontal space and vertical space is really elite, and the type of moves that people don't really value in 2K25 that you should start doing. But the second animation I want to talk about is the moving version of this move, which is the pound dribble fade moving to your right. So we're going to use that same concept of generating horizontal and vertical space, but now on the move. So all you have to do is push the left stick towards the right side of the floor, hold R2 and hold the right stick to the right to give you an elite Devin Booker speed boost out of that pound dribble into a fadeaway jumper that creates horizontal distance but also vertical space. And what's better than doing it against one lockdown? Well, let's do it against two lockdowns. As you can see here, 99 perimeter defense for both. I hit him with a nice between the legs escape dribble into a crossover, get him into that stagger animation, and take a look. That horizontal distance generated a lot of greens in our shading indicator, meaning that this is an uncontested shot. And take a look, even though he was able to recover, that vertical space that we create out of that large pull-up jumper is so elite. And we generated a signature move out of this called the peekaboo. And as you see, what I do right here, why I call this the peekaboo, is even if I'm moving to a diagonal right position to force my defender to guard the three, I hit him with the moving side hop jumper to immediately speed boost my way out of there and give them that misdirection. And this move is really elite because if you got your defender spin to the left side of your body, either by launching into crossovers or creating that horizontal space out of speed boosts, this is a great shot to create separation. All you have to do is measure the right side of the floor and see whether the help defense will try to guard you, because that is the vulnerable side. But if you manage your distance, your space, and read the help defense accordingly, you will get an open shot almost every single time, so long as you set this up by really pinning your defender towards the left side of your body. Then just create that horizontal distance moving to your right, elevate with that high pull-up jumper to get easy jumpers every single time. I dominate the rec with these two moves to force my defenders to try and cut me off so I can go to the other parts of my game. This has been such a dominant yet simple move that I think more and more people should really start to use. And while those two moves anchor my offense, just remember that variety means unpredictability, and there is no more diverse step back jumper package than Devin Booker's. You got great step back jumpers moving to his left. I already showed you moving to his right is also elite. Moving backwards diagonally to the left, you get all sorts of different angles, all sorts of different changes in speed that will really put your defender to the test. And listen, man, I've been in the Devin Booker hive since NBA 2K23. One might call me the godfather of the Devin Booker step back jumper. Check the tapes, I was among the few who recognized its potential early on when he was the cover athlete, but this one right here has been a goodie since NBA 2K23. That double moving step back jumper moving to his left is so elite at creating space, because you are so strong moving to your right with that moving side hop jumper. People will force themselves to try and cut you off to your right, making this a natural counter. And again, you are not just good moving to your right. Once you master the Devin Booker hop jumper package moving to the left, you will be unstoppable going both ways, which will create a lot of confusion, a lot of separation, and a lot of misery for your defender. Which brings us to the next part of this lesson, which is the real reason why Devin Booker hop jumpers are so elite. They combo well with each other. So I've talked about this since the early part of the year. Hop jumper combos are a thing and not many people are using them. What do I mean by this? We've got expanded ways to cancel out of hop jumper packages. That's one. I released the right stick there. Combo that into a between the legs escape into that crossover hop jumper, canceled it into the moving side hop jumper. That's what I talk about when we say using hop jumper combos. Canceling out of one and then comboing immediately into the second one, as I do right here. I combo into the diagonal down and to the left hop jumper, and then use that stationary position to combo into the crossover side hop jumper. But here, instead of using it to launch into the pull-up jumper, I cancel out of it even one more time, use lightning launch to blow by past my defender, and then get to the basket with a tough contested layup. That's the BAM system right there. So remember that you can do this out of hop jumper cancels. That means letting go of the right stick when you initiate a step back jumper just before you initiate your full gather motion. From there, hold the left stick towards the right and then hold the right stick to the right while holding R2 to combo into your favorite side hop jumper out of your cancel move out of that crossover side hop jumper. And it's not just going to your right. Once again, once you got your defenders believing that you're as good going to your left as you are going to the right, it opens up a wealth of possibilities in your game. So this is basically the Devin Booker Chef Cruise system that I talked about in one of my videos when I made this build video. There was a lot of doubts. I saw a comment there that even an average lock can stop this. Now, I won't say that no one can stop this. There are certain players that are really good at taking away certain things for 6'6 guards, especially comp guards who are really good at sniffing out certain things will of course tend to be dominant in terms of stopping these moves. But comp guards are the 1% of NBA 2K25 if we're talking about casual play, and if you just want to hoop in direct, this combo system, okay, taking advantage of the elite hop jumpers from Devin Booker's package going to his right, and then comboing that with your knowledge of starts and stops, moving to your left, hop jumper combos. What this combo system does is allow you to really put pressure in defender. It requires you to make the reads necessary in terms of where they are positioned, where they are biting, whether they're sitting down on certain moves. It requires a lot of good reads, a lot of good combos, and a lot of good intuitive and ethical buckets to get delivered as soon as you start reading your defender. So there you have it. This takes advantage of the BAM system that I've talked about in my previous video, taking advantage of badges, animations, and mechanics and comboing them and putting them together to make sure that you are an elite shot creator in NBA 2K25. So this anchors my shot creation combos in NBA 2K25 for my 6'6". I'm currently developing an extension of the system that makes it even more deadly, even more unpredictable, and even a little bit spicier from a shot creation perspective. You guys are gonna want to see that one. This evolution of this current D-Book hop jumper system is gonna revolutionize the way you shot create out of the D-Book hop jumper packages. So stay tuned for that, but I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. As a godfather of the D-Book Hive in NBA 2K, since around NBA 2K23 when he was a cover athlete, I hope you enjoyed the secret sauce to how I create buckets out of super simple combos. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.